Welcome to our third edition of The Good Grapevine. From New York City, I am your host, Lawrence, and on this Easter Sunday, I'm bringing you this edition all about hope, inspiration, chronologically enriched information, as well as a little bit about chocolates and even Easter eggs. First up is our story featuring two of our reporters of The Good Grapevine, Yuri Rocket and Noel Chalaya, on an inspirational story, I think, about Easter. Whether we celebrate Easter or not, rebirth, spring, and sometimes chocolate, maybe some eggs if we're not completely vegan, have a little bit of light to shed for all of us. Let's get started and welcome. From the cold streets of New York City, I'll be bringing you this edition's stories. So for Easter, one of the most amazing things is to celebrate sort of the traditional American cultures that are a little bit different from all parts of the world. So I have on one side a Belarusian and on this side a Malaysian in Los Angeles celebrating something from the UK. Show my friends, the viewers, your eggs, guys. We have Cadbury eggs from the UK, traditionally only made during this time of year, which is spring. But before we get to that, can you tell us if you have any traditional Malaysian traditions for those Christians who might be celebrating Easter on your time of the year with eggs or chocolates or anything like that in Southeast Asia?
There's no real tradition, but in my family, my mom, when we were little, mom used to drive like really far into the city because that's the only place you could get chocolate eggs. Easter isn't really a big thing in Malaysia,
Right.
so this brings back memories.
And they didn't melt in the car on that really long drive back
We
home?
have air conditioning, so.
Wonderful. And Yuri from Belarus?
So in Belarus, we color them in like a natural, some like onion and stuff like that.
Onion dye.
Onion dye. And then kids play with them. So there's like a game. So you have to take, like I have one and Noel have one, for example. And we would like hit each other. And then we would see whose egg breaks. And then whose egg breaks, then that person loses. And I win his egg.
Oh, you get the broken egg and your own if his cracks first. Hard-boiled egg, of course.
Yeah.
Well, what you're holding are not hard-boiled eggs. They are Cadbury special eggs, which actually look like an egg inside. So we're going to watch your faces as you unwrap, hold your dish pretty close, take a bite, and then show our viewers what perhaps may ooze out. Not trying to ruin the surprise, of course.
Are these high in protein?
They are high in everything.
It's good nutrition.
Absolute nutrition.
Happiness.
Yep. Happiness. All the way from the United Kingdom.
Okay.
All right, I'm going for mine.
Okay.
There we go.
It's great. Very yummy.
So it's white and yolk, just like an egg. Right?
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Can we buy some more?
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll be taking them on your flight back all the way. Are you nonstop, LA to?
We stop in Hong Kong.
Lots of shopping there. Oh, the Hong Kong airport has the pharmacy with the natural herbs. Stock up on those drugs. Natural, of course. Wonderful. Get a cold little packet, dissolve it in milk or water. Yum. So this is Lawrence for The Good Grapevine in Los Angeles saying to all of you celebrating or not, happy spring, and perhaps celebrating happy Easter, and a little early happy Passover. Back to New York from Hollywood, we thank Noel and Yuri for that inspirational story of what keeps traditions alive, especially for the youth and young at heart. Speaking of young at heart, Jeff now gives us some inspiration on what it takes after 50, 60, and 70 in the gym to be strong so that outside of the gym, we can be as energized bunnies for the whole year. Here's Jeff.
This is Jeff, and I am in Kentucky, Louisville, and I'm with somebody very dear to me, reporting for The Good Grapevine. This is Mark Eliason.
Hello.
And Mark, you are 62 years old.
Yes.
And the reason I wanted to bring Mark into it, he's my fiance, but he's somebody that actually has been doing fitness his whole life, and we've tried to change things up a little bit for him because of the age and everything else. He does a lot of HIIT training, and he does yoga twice a week for elongation. But we've just started introducing heavy weights back again. And he's doing it basically twice a week for 30 minutes just to kind of cross train, because we're finding that with Mark getting a little bit more mature, that the muscle is changing a little bit. So muscle confusion is where you get change. How do you feel with doing the heavier weights?
I like it. I think probably 30 minutes twice a week is good because it's my chest, arms, and upper body and my back and shoulders. And I think I need that support.
Do you feel that, did you feel that without, prior to that, with just doing the cycling and the HIIT training, did you feel that it was, your body was changing, or were you losing muscle mass? Were you feeling a little bit more fragile, or?
I think I was losing the muscle mass because I was doing so much cardio and group classes that I wasn't doing any weight training at all. And I really need to get it back into my routine.
Okay, and then we kind of touched on yoga a little bit. Mark has a grandson, and he's very fortunate. He's 3 years old, and Mark is very agile with his grandson. Do you feel that the yoga, why did you want to do yoga? Why do you feel like yoga is contributing to you right now?
So I can stretch and bend and move and pick him up, go down the slide, chase him, and he's very active, and there's another grandchild as well. And I'm very limber, and so the yoga plays a big important part, and I've got to be able to lift him up in the air, so that's the weight training, and then the cardio is chasing him, so we like to go to the park and chase, and then we eat ice cream, so it all adds up. So the more we can do and stay active and be a big part of their lives.
So I guess this is what I kind of want to say in a nutshell. When we train our members, or when our members are getting trained, we have to look at all aspects of their life and look at what's going on in their lives. And so, for instance, for Mark, being a little bit more mature, we know what's happening to the body. It's slowing down. Fast twitch, slow twitch is changing very rapidly. Also, they're losing muscle mass, and it's important that they have muscle accordingly. And then the cardio, and of course, the yoga is a huge component with the stretching. So when we're training our participants, I think, first of all, change is good, no matter what that means. And we'll change it probably again, Mark, I'll be honest with you, in the future.
I love the change. It keeps it interesting, and that way it's not boring.
So anyway, this is Jeff from Louisville, Kentucky, and thank you so much, and keep it going with the good grapevine.
Thank you, Jeff, for reminding us that truly our lifestyle decisions begin in our head and help us set ourselves up for what will take place both in the gym and outside of it. As Buddha said, what we think first, we become later. Truly, the January report from the CDC, or Center for Disease Control, actually said that our lifestyle choices are single-handedly more important than actually pharmaceutical interventions or polypharmacy that we may take. Now, next up, speaking of those living longer through positive, healthy choices and understanding what that word healthy means, a dear friend of mine who is far over 90 reports on some inspiration of love and life from Hershey, Pennsylvania. Let's check in with my friend Billy. With very interesting person. I know that years ago, living to 80 was a huge thing in America, but now living to 85 is becoming pretty remarkable, and over 90 is my friend here, William Savage. Billy, I have 3 questions for you. The first is, what's your take on your normal day in terms of, you've never been to gym in a life, right? You've never visited a gym. How do you stay active?
By staying away from the gym. And I get up in the morning, once in a while do some exercises, my backpedaling, and so on. Massaging my legs and toes with the reflexology in mind. And I don't, as a rule, drink very, very little. I don't smoke next to nothing. And I keep busy all day long. Physical work has to be done. No one to help, so I do it. That's it.
So you take care of your house and you do a little limbering things in the morning. You touched a little bit on food. That's the second question. Your dietary program. What's your general take on bacon, butter, cheese, and fat?
I love them all.
Do you subscribe to any specific thing, like you avoid this or eat more of this?
No, I don't eat a lot of vegetables. They're probably healthy. I probably will stay away from them. And I definitely stay away from doctors because I don't trust them.
Okay, and what's your take on garlic?
I think everybody should make a steady diet of it. Good for the heart, gets rid of plaque, good for the blood pressure, and a lot of unknown qualities that people don't even know that's going on. Good with garlic. It saved my brother's life such as it is. He had a blockage in his vein, heart to the heart. If they had, they couldn't operate. He ate it for 6 weeks, and they checked him out and said, "You're all cleared up now." Don't know why, but he was eating 3 or 4 cloves a day.
There you have it. And the third question is, what do you think in general about people and common sense?
Well, first of all, most of them lack common sense. So that means they do a lot of stupid things.
Yep.
And secondly, the feeling of trusting anybody has just about disappeared. People don't keep their word anymore. They can't say I'll do this and do it. They say I'll call you and they never call you and think nothing of it. So the handshake is a joke. Contracts have loopholes in them, so you're kind of living in a very untrusty world.
True.
And you have to live with it.
True. Billy had a band years and years ago. Tell us the name of your quartet.
Billy Savage Quartet.
Yep, and you wrote music and you had them play for you. And what years did you do this? What do you remember the years?
Back in the late 50s. No, I'm sorry. Take it back. Yeah, late 40s into the 50s. Yeah, about 7 or 8 years of that. Yeah.
This was before YouTube, so unfortunately, while his songs are still around today, we don't have any video of Billy playing. And he actually has an amazing voice, which I didn't plan on having him do. But give us a few bars of anything, really quick.
Well, my wife thinks I can't sing, so I have to do this with reservations.
That's okay, I'm asking you. Really quickly, 2 bars.
Well, I have to think of it.
Oh!
I sit and daydream. I've got daydreams galore. Cigarette ashes, there they go on the floor. I head for the corner. I head for the door. Why try to change me now?
Oh, did you write that?
No, I wish I did.
What's it called?
Why try to change me now?
Why try to change me now? From
She's
Harrisburg.
been trying for years, though it hasn't happened.
Pointing to the wife. That's Mom, actually. This is Billy, my stepdad, and I think he is the single most individual on the planet I've ever met with the most amount of common sense. With any issue, black or white, I go to Billy. When I need gray, I go to other sources. Reporting from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, with a story of an inspirational person in my life for The Good Grapevine, this is Lawrence. Peace out.
Just remember, the queen of my life gives me the orders. That's my wife.
Once again, we see that lifestyle choices and perhaps the permission and cooperation with one's loved one, in Billy's case, wife, make a huge difference for overall outcome of enjoyment of life. Now, lest some of you think that we're just concentrating on the chronologically enriched in this episode or edition, we're actually now going to turn the clock back to those who are much, much younger than 50 with this inspirational story that includes teenage obesity. From the very center of the world, the equator, which we say in Spanish, Ecuador, a dear friend of mine, a new reporter to The Good Grapevine, whom I've had the nickname for Grapevine for many years, Janine, will now check in. Grapevine, it's all yours.
Reporting from the middle of the world, Ecuador, to you, The Good Grapevine. Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about what I do. I've been in the fitness industry for over 20 years. I own 2 gyms here in Ecuador. And today I want to talk about dreams, because ever since I was 10 years old, I've had a dream to open my own gym. And I think that dreams really do come true if you believe in them. And for me, it's always been that I wanted a place where people can come and transform themselves, transform their lives. And when I hear stories and when I talk to my clients and I see how they're changing, it really makes me feel that people that are in this industry are in such a great place because we're helping others with their quality of lives. So today I'd like to invite one of my great clients and friends, Maria Elena. Can you come out here and tell us a little bit about you and what you've been doing here at the gym?
Well, yeah. I was 40 pounds heavier.
Show us your photo.
Well, yeah. I was like this, like some 6 months ago or something. And I was really having some health issues already. And I was really not feeling well with myself. So I decided to transform what I was feeling and how I was living. So I came here and asked for help because I really didn't know where to start. But with my story is that with the proper dedication, with hard work, of course, and with a dream, with a vision in mind, you can do whatever you want. And that's what I've done. And I need to keep the hard work because now I feel better. I have a healthier life. My whole family transformed the way they eat and the activities we do together. So it's also been a transformation for my family. So as a group, we all feel better. So it's been a beautiful journey, and amazingly, it apparently started like with as a vanity thing, but it has ended up being a health trip. We are all healthier because of the choices we've made, and with the great help I've had.
I'm so happy to have you here, and I'm so happy to be also a witness of all this and to be on your path of transformation. And we're just so honored to be able to transform lives every single day. And I feel blessed that I am able to do what I'm doing and to have you here in the gym. So remember, for all of you that are out there that think that things may not be able to happen, if you believe enough in yourself and you're committed and you believe in the vision, you can do it. Just take a risk and you can do it. Make those changes, make it happen.
Surround yourself with the proper people.
That's important. Surround yourself with great people like you. Thank you so much. So we're reporting from Ecuador, the middle of the world. Back to you, to the good grapevine. Thank you, Lawrence.
Thank you, Janine, for reminding us truly to surround ourselves with the right people, for that makes all the difference. After what the CDC reports, making correct lifestyle choices is our number one step. The support system we choose to find or the family of choice that we choose to make truly are great predictors of our outcomes of success based on our goals. Speaking of goals and daily goals, here is a word from our sponsor for this edition of The Good Grapevine.
Daily Muscle program is basically a group exercise program. In fact, for a lack of a better term, I'd like to say it's a boot camp, but I don't always like using the word boot camp because it is intimidating. And a lot of people are intimidated by exercise. Women, men, teenagers, seniors, beauty queens, everybody is afraid to get a little physical when it comes to exercise. So our approach of fitness is basically non-intimidating. We like to focus on the fun aspect of fitness. Everyone belongs. It doesn't matter which level of fitness you are at. Basically, you can come in here. You don't have to be fit to get started. So that's the message that we bring. When people come here, we try to make them feel as welcome as possible. We scale the movements down. We let them know what the options are. We've got people coming in with injuries. We've got first timers. We've got seasoned fitness professionals and athletes coming as well. But they all come here. They all have one big fun workout, and our goal is to make it not seem like a workout and something that they enjoy.
Thank you, Daily Muscle. And now all the way to New Jersey to check in with our reporter, Super Betty O'Brien, with what it's like to be chronologically enriched and actually start something for the first time.
Hi, Joan. This is Joan Thomas, and she is a client in the BOSU Mobility and Stability for the Active Aging class. Joan, how long have you been studying the BOSU?
Oh, I've been in one class.
Yes, and are you enjoying it?
Very, very much.
And what brought you to this class?
Realizing that I needed to help myself in case I was in a position where I needed some help and there was no one else around.
And what kinds of things have you learned here?
How to position my body, how to lean certain ways that would help my body not to hurt myself.
Good. Did you do anything with fall prevention?
Yes,
Yes. And have you been successful?
yes,
Yes. Have you been able to do some things you were not able to do before, like sitting down, getting down on the floor, reaction? Did you learn different ways to do that?
yes, different ways to get down and to get up.
Very, very good. And how about the Tai Chi? Was that fun?
Yes, the class has been fun as well as educational.
Good. And tell me, would you recommend this class to somebody else?
Definitely.
Yes. Do you think it's a good idea working on that Bosu?
I know it is.
What are the qualities of the Bosu that you liked that were different than if you just did it on land?
It's another world completely to me because I had only mostly worked on flat surfaces, and to work on something that, like if I was coming out of a car and I happened to get off balance, it was able to, because of the Boshu, I was able to sort of get myself positioned quickly and not be hurt.
Very fine. And do you think you will come back to the next session?
Yes, I look forward to it.
Oh, good, Joan. Okay, I'm so happy that you were with us, and thank you so much for allowing me to have the opportunity to teach you and work with you.
Thank you so much for being so patient with us and working with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bernadette O'Brien, and what joy, not only on Super Betty's face, but of the face of her first-time student. No, just getting an active ager to walk into a class becomes the definition of active aging and not growing old, correct? We're actually helping each other grow better, not necessarily older. From New York, for the Good Grapevine, on Easter Sunday, this is Lawrence saying remember to subscribe, comment on Facebook, and comment here. Peace out.